going to do in this session is we're going to, so for some of you it's new, for some of you it's revision, some of you is maybe just considering stakeholders from a different point of view, yeah? So we'll just kind of gather it all. So we're going to be looking at who your key stakeholders might be and who other stakeholders might be. Do a bit about how and where to engage stakeholders and explore the opportunities and challenges of working with stakeholders when undertaking social accounting. Okay? Does that sound reasonable? Yeah? And we may throw other things in as well. Okay, so, and also we're going to, because there's a lot of, I suspect, a lot of knowledge and skill and expertise in the room, we're going to tap into your brains. So it's going to be quite interactive. So, first of all, probably two groups of three, perhaps. Maybe, do you want to just kind of turn around a bit? Yeah. Two lots of three. So, what I want you to spend just a couple of minutes thinking about is who you think and believe are your stakeholders. Approach rather than what they've done before. So just working with their internal stakeholders suddenly brought to the surface a whole range of issues that they probably knew were there anyway, but these issues were really brought to the surface in a very transparent way.
It's valuing the stakeholders as well, because you're valuing their opinions and being able to be adaptable and flexible and take on board what they're saying without losing the essence of what you're trying to do.
And it's quite scary. It's quite scary as well, isn't it, to actually work with stakeholders in partnership. You know, you are opening yourself up to a lot of scrutiny. Yeah.
Although you usually expect some change as a result of what they say. They're not expecting a status quo, are they? Not normally, anyway.
Again, and this is something that can happen, the more work you do with stakeholders, the more confidence they can develop in the process. Often, I find working with stakeholders, you often need, they need to develop confidence in this new way of, can be new way of working, being asked how they're sort of asked about this particular thing, or given a survey and that survey actually acted on and you give them feedback. That can be quite frightening for stakeholders, no matter who they are. And as they develop the confidence, they can become quite challenging and quite, demanding of certain things, or even want to help shape the way in which the stakeholder information is collected and analysed. They want to become a lot more part of it.
Yeah.
And that can be very challenging for the organisation.
Yes. Yeah.
If you've not been used to that before. So that's been a bit of a whirlwind marathon through working with stakeholders. But I think what we've touched on is we've touched on things such as who are the stakeholders, how do you decide who the stakeholders are, you categorise them, don't you? What approach have you got? And you'll develop your own stakeholder approach. We've looked at how you collect information, and you perhaps need to think about the when you do that, as well as the how. And we've talked a little bit about the when being, how do you manage all the other information that people are getting and being thrown at them. So when do you get into the best time? And some of the opportunities and challenges, and how relationships are created with stakeholders, and how the impact on you, the impact on them, the impact on the organisation. Ultimately though, social accounting is very much about working with stakeholders. And it's about involving stakeholders in that process. So just a little marathon through it all. Okay? Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And like I say, all the tools are in here.
Yes.